Hey there, everybody. Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations, continuing on with our companion system. We are now going to get temporary followers added into this companion system. That way, we can keep active track of them for if we need them for any situation. Think about it in this term. You're in the middle of a quest. You run into a group of guards, and you want them to attach to the player so that they follow the player during this part of the quest. Um, you could do that by default now, but say you, as the developer, have decided that the player can only heal those that are within the companion system. So it would obviously check to see if they are in the party. If not, are they in um, the follower array? If not, then don't heal them. Um, Obviously, once we get to that point, we'll add some more functionality to the companion system that will then apply a gameplay tag to these NPCs. That way, we don't have to go through and filter through several arrays. We just have to check to see if there's a gameplay tag attached to each of the NPCs nearby when doing an area of effect heal. Um, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started with our with the followers. So the first thing we're going to do is create an array, and we're going to call this followers. This will be NPC definition, and it will be an array. It will, like everything else, be private because we want to make sure that it can't be set anywhere outside of in the companion system, and we'll make a getter to get the followers in a little bit. So last thing I'll want to do is I'm going to not add that to companions, but Wonderscape Creations followers, and now they are in their own location. Yes, and that is the only variable that we have in the followers. So now, the first thing we need to do is add them. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. 1 second. Wow. Had a frog in my throat that didn't want to let go. Um, is we need to add this NPC as a follower and then set it up to where they follow. And it's actually really easy. We're going to hit the function and do add NPC to follow. And in the add NPC to follow, obviously we need the handy dandy input of our NPC definition. And then we're going to first do a check. And the reason we're doing this is we don't want somebody who is in the party to become a follower. Because there may be instances that you have to um, where, as an example, you have all 18 companions, but obviously you can only have 5 of them as followers, but you have an end game at the very end of the quest where all of your companions are fighting by your side, which means they need to be attached as a follower instead of a companion. So we first need to make sure they aren't in the party to do that. Yes, I've thought of a lot. So get a for each loop. And then we're going to break out of this. We just want the character. Get NPC definition. All right, then we will check if it is equal to the NPC definition here from the function. There we go. And if it is, we're just going to return. We don't want to add them. If it's not, then we need our followers. We're going to do add, not add unique. And the reason we're not doing add unique is because in most instances like this, what is actually happening is you may be adding 10 different instances of the same NPC, but they are a guard, and you have it marked as them being able to, what's what we're looking for? Having multiple of that same guard loaded in. So we want to make sure we keep that in mind and only do an add. So then we get the NPC definition. We add that. And now we need to add follow goal to NPC. Right here. Now if you recall, why is it not wanting to open? Fine, I will go right here to it. Yeah, I don't know why it's not wanting to. Let's see. Add NPC. 1 second. I was special. We need the add follow goal to NPC. We did add NPC to follow because I named it wrong. To followers. That's why it's important to name things correctly. There we go. So, if you recall, we did this in the party. So they're going to see if they're already spawned. And if they aren't, they'll spawn them. Then we'll look for them. And we'll see if the condition is there for the map. If it is, we'll remove it so that we can re-add it in there. So now the NPC that is a follower will now follow us. And that is the end of the adding. The next one is the remove NPC from definition. And it's pretty much as simple as this. So let's go ahead and do that. Do remove NPC from followers. And we need first an input of the NPC definition. Then we need a bool for despawn NPC. Because you may, at the end of a quest, no longer need your 10 guards following you. And you can despawn them at that point so that they are no longer taking up memory somewhere else in the game. Because you may be in that same location, but those 10 guards are no longer needed in that location. And you don't want them just standing there looking pretty. So let's go ahead and get our followers here. Find. Just like this. Then get a copy. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Attach it like that right there. And we need to get the narrative character subsystem. Find NPC. Place that in there. And promote to a local variable. Local found NPC. Remove goal from NPC. Then we need to get despawn NPC function variable. Hold down B for a branch. And if it's true, we need to get the narrative character subsystem and destroy NPC. Return. If it's false, return. There we go. Now, with that, we need to get our followers. Excuse me. By now, this is quite easy for you guys to understand, so I won't really explain it. I'm just going to do it. Remember, don't forget to set it as pure. I say that because I think forget party. Yep, I did not. So set it as pure. That way it just gets us the party. Compile and save. Our followers are set to private. All right, we are good there. Now, just one last thing we need to do. If you recall, in the try add NPC companion to party slot. Where is it? Not sure why that's in the private. Should just be in party. Yeah. I'm going to remove that. It is in party. Okay. Anyways, open this up. Add follower logic. So the reason we're doing this is there may be instances where they are currently only a follower. But they have the capability of becoming a companion. Because if that's the case, then we need to remove them from the temporary followers to add them, the NPC companion, to an empty party slot. So obviously, in order to do that, we will first go ahead and add them as an as a companion, because you can't be in the party unless you are a companion. Get NPC definition. Then we need to check to see if they are in the followers. Let's go ahead and grab our followers here. Just like this. Do a for each loop. And with the for each loop, we will see if they are already in the followers section. If they are in the followers section, we need to go ahead and grab our followers again and get the remove index. Just like that. And we will get this array index here and set that up just like that. Now let me clean this up here. I'm going to delete that because it's now in my way. One second here. Oh, I did this a little wrong. We need a for each loop with break. Now that I think about it, we don't need the break. Because we can do that if it's true. Then we come over here and do this. If it's not true, we come over here and do this. Just like that. We can go ahead and end right then and there. Now, this bad boy now comes down here to here instead of going directly there. Yeah, just like that. Go ahead and do this to clean this up a little bit. There we go. So now, we first check to see if they're a companion. Because if we open this up, are they a companion? True, then just return. If not, add them. And then we check to see if they're a follower. If they're a follower, remove them from the index and then add them. If they aren't, then it'll come here to the end and add them to the index. So, with that, we have everything done and set with the followers. So in the next one, we will get everything set up in the dialogue so that we can add party members that way. That way we don't do everything in keybinds. And then we will get into the save stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.